So we're going to make a YouTube video. You're going to help me. How do you feel, Alistair?
I don't know. I've never been on YouTube, made a video on it either.
Hello everyone, welcome to this video that I am making now of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix with Kingdom Hearts 2.5 on the PS3, game that I got a while ago, and I haven't made any videos lately because I have been so enraptured in playing it. Anyway, before I go any further, I'm going to also add that for this video, we have a special guest. My cousin Alistair has joined us for this video. Say hi, Alistair. Say something.
Hello.
Okay, that was close enough. We have, so yeah, it's me, Jack, and my cousin Alistair. The two of us will be doing this video together. Alistair, you've got Kingdom Hearts 1.5 on the PS3, don't you?
Yes, I do.
He's younger than me, and he was introduced to the series by me. So anyway, as in a nutshell, you are kind of new to Kingdom Hearts, aren't you?
Yes. The second one, I have only just been explained by Jack.
I've basically spent the last hour going through Kingdom Hearts 2 and showing Alistair how it's different from Kingdom Hearts 1. So we've been having a good time. It's a bit geeky, but it's fun, and we are fun people, aren't we?
Yeah.
You better darn be right we are. So, for this little adventure, this escapade, we are in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix right now, and we are going to go through the Mushroom Heartless. So basically, Alistair, in Kingdom Hearts 2, the Final Mix version that was originally only Japanese only, but now we have it here in England, or Scotland, or any English country at all, we have these special Heartless called Mushroom Heartless, and each one of these Heartless, you remember the Mushroom Heartless from Kingdom Hearts 1, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember how you had to do a special task for them in order to get prizes?
Yes.
Well, this is like that turned up to 11. There's 13 different Heartless, Mushroom Heartless, and for each of them you have to play a little mini game with them where you do perform a certain task for them, and in doing so you get a prize from them. You get various prizes depending on how good you are at the task. So like there's a certain degree of how successful you can be, but in Jiminy's journal you have to do a specific mission for them. So like if we go to the one in Twilight Town, actually there's a few. See, like this one, Mushroom number 13, number 7, challenge to a duel, and there's a mission complete within 10 seconds, or every Mushroom Heartless you have to at least challenge, and to complete Jiminy's journal, or to complete the task, even just to do what you need to do for the Mushroom Heartless, you have to do it within a certain range, to do with a certain score, as you can see there. So this can be quite hard, and it was definitely tricky for me, but I found out a few strategies. So for this video we're going to go around from different world to world where all the different Mushroom Heartless are, in order. We'll go up from 1 to 13, and we'll go over how to do them, or how to do them well, with certain strategies. I'm going to show you how I did them, because I have done them, and I figured it'd be a fun video to make, a little tutorial for those who want to play, for those who haven't played or can't play, just, you know, something to see what it's like, and what it's like for me playing the game. So I'm going to be playing this, going through the Mushroom Heartless with Alistair to be a bit of commentary and to learn about Kingdom Hearts, because we all love doing that, don't we, Alistair?
Yep.
Fantastic. Now try and relax, Alistair. It's not too big of a deal. We are talking to an inanimate object, but you do that all the time when you talk to me, so... Anyway, try and enjoy yourself. So, in this world, this is the first one, Mushroom Heartless number 1. You find it in the world that never was, down here in Memory Skyscraper. Now, in order to get this Heartless, you actually have to complete the game first. So, it's only after you've beaten the final boss that you get access to this one, and you do its challenge. Now, in any room where the Mushroom Heartless are, the room will be completely devoid of other enemies. There will be no enemies to fight except for this Heartless. He'll be standing in the middle of the room, or she, you know, no discrimination, doing a little pose. Always with his back to you, because these Mushroom Heartless have no manners. Okay, so Mushroom Heartless number 1 has a specific gimmick where you need to kind of use the right reaction command to avoid him, and then attack him. And you need to hit him a certain number of times to get this right. The strategy for me, Final Form. What do you think of the Final Form, Alistair?
It's amazing.
It's pretty darn amazing. So, this is quite tricky. Basically, once it starts, the Mushroom Heartless will turn to you. There will be a wee second where you'll be given a reaction command, but only for a split second after that you'll be given a second one called, I think, Quick Slide. And when you use that reaction command, you'll be given an opening to attack it, and that's what you need to do. So I'll demonstrate. See? But if I get it wrong, he attacks me. So as you can see, if you get it wrong, he attacks you. And if you use the first reaction command, which is reversal, then he will just dash around you again, and you'll just get stuck in this never-ending chain of reversals. And it's not very good, especially when you just try to attack him. So as you can see, I didn't get a very high score in that one. Wasn't very good. So we'll try again, and I'll try and demonstrate the correct timing of this. So let's try and demonstrate how to do this properly. As I explained to Alistair earlier, when you're in final form, the Keyblades attack enemies when you do anything. That counts for jumping, using items, magic, whatever. The Keyblades will attack enemies at all times. So, if you can get the timing right, you want to jump and attack once. Just press circle, then X. It's the most effective way to do a lot of damage. And then repeat the process of sliding around him. So, quick slide. Oh, darn it. Quick, fish. Quick slide, jump, attack. Wait for it. Quick slide, jump, attack. Quick slide, jump, attack. You get the idea. I might not get this right here, but you can see how I'm building up the score counter. I got it wrong there. You can see a little hit in. It's not too difficult once you get the good rhythm of it. You just have to sort of feel the beat, which it's hard to do because I record these videos without doing that right, without hearing the audio. But there you go. I got a decent enough score. He gave me a few items, which you can see here. There's a little tranquility stone, plain mushroom. He gives you certain weapons for Donald and Goofy, and they nearly always give you a drive recovery, so it's never too big of a deal. If you mess up too much, you're running low on drive, I can't turn into final form anymore, don't worry, you will not be stuck. So that's how you do the first one at least. I didn't actually do that one, but you saw how I did at least part of it. And if you can manage to get that strategy right, if you can get into that rhythm, if you don't miss a quick slide, then you can get a good chain going, and if you just continue to do the final form jump attack, you can see what I got. I got 71 on my score. And according to the journal, you need to do it with a score of 70 or more. So it's manageable. It's very manageable, especially with final form. So just a bit of patience and it's fine.
Okay, so which world is next?
Yes, on to the next one. And I believe number 2 is found at Halloween Town, specifically Christmas Town.
Is Jack Skellington there?
Jack Skellington is indeed there. And
Good.
Yeah. Do you like Jack Skellington?
Yep.
Is it because his name's Jack?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because in the first game he did a knee slide thing, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And damaging.
So you'll see here, Alistair, we are in Christmas Town, and yes, Zora, Donald and Goofy are quite snazzy in their little Christmas Town get-up. Originally that wasn't in Final Mix. In the original game they just, stayed with the Halloween Town costumes. But it's a new thing, new detail for us, so it's pretty sweet. I'll just stock up on drive form, because we're going to need that. Not for the drive form, for this one. It's not so bad. The second Mushroom Heartless is found in the Christmas Tree Plaza here, which is only accessible after your second visit to the Halloween Town, I think. Okay. Now, the gimmick behind this one is, the minigame you have to play with this one is, he will shoot projectiles at you and fly away from you. And when he does that, you've got to reflect them back at him in order to win. One of the best ways to do this is to summon Stitch. This is how summons work.
Aww, he's adorable.
Yeah, with his slimy tongue. So you want to summon Stitch because he will restore your magic when you use it up. So when this guy hovers around and shoots projectiles at you, it can help to spam reflect. This is a very good tool for getting them back. Especially because this guy can be a bit unpredictable in how he throws them. You got to keep your eyes on him at all times because, well, he's tricksy to watch. Just keep using reflect. There's basically, you're basically guaranteed to knock them back at him. If you watch what Stitch does, the more I use reflect, the more my magic starts to run out. And when it does, Stitch just gives it a lick or something, and it's all good. So as you can see, even the ones that get around me, reflect deals with it. So it's fine. It can be very helpful. And I know we're spamming, but, well, why not? It's practical. So you keep doing this enough, and it may not always work out, but you'll certainly get a high enough score to make this guy pleased, and that's another mission accomplished, I would say.
Tense. I can remember them. Very useful. You can move now really easily through the place. It's not like you have to run the whole way.
Yeah, I would recommend now you're bringing that up, Alistair, I would recommend when you do these guys, it is helpful to have all the drive forms, all the summons, everything maxed out. Try and level everything up, especially growth abilities, which I believe will be very helpful for the next one. I'm trying to remember what the next one is. So the third Mushroom Heartless is found here in Beast Castle, and it's not in this specific area, but this one, which is only accessible after the second visit to this world. So you might notice a pattern there. It's in the bridge, where you'll find this guy hanging around on his own, doing that silly little pose, because he's really sad. And for this one, you don't need any special forms or summons or anything. You just gotta be quick on your feet. And I'm gonna move the beast out of the party because I can hardly see past him, such a big lump of fur. So, just for visibility, because for this guy, you gotta keep up with him. Helps if you lock on. This guy hovers around, dropping these items. You want to pick up these items. And the thing is, he does that. He does these little dashes away, where he gets even further out of reach. And it's good to have Quick Run leveled up as much as possible. If necessary, you can also glide, if you have glide leveled up, which is very helpful for when you fall behind. Unfortunately, you'll notice I'm not doing very well. I'm not getting nearly enough the amount of points that I need to get the high score. So
it's just it has to happen.
It has to happen, right, Alistair? And I'm going to make it right. If you're going to want to do this one, you're going to need to reset your abilities. Like I said, no forms are required, but it is helpful to have the right equipment. So, maybe for your Keyblade,
Wouldn't Wisdom be good?
choose Follow the Wind.
Wisdom form be good for this, because you move pretty fast.
It probably would be, but really the main issue we're facing here is catching the orbs that he drops. So you're going to want Draw. Do you remember Treasure Magnet in Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yes.
Yeah, in Kingdom Hearts 2 they changed it to Draw. I'm not sure why. I think Treasure Magnet sounded cooler and better and more fitting, but whatever, we've got Draw. So make sure you equip all the draws that you can. It might be helpful to equip Donald and Goofy with it, but I'm not going to bother. I've got Follow the Wind Keyblade, I've got 2 draws equipped. Now, let's see if we can get it right.
See if you can get close to your record.
Remember, lock on, yeah. So as you can see, now they're all homing right in on me. It's good to also memorize, like when he does these little dashes ahead, and keep up with him. And try and time it right, because you might think it's, oh dear. You might think it's fine to just, wait for a second after he dashes like this, and then dash, but when you do that, you are going to miss quite a few things. But also if you dash too quickly, then you might miss some by going ahead of him. So basically, it's a case of timing and pacing. As you can see though, I'm picking up a lot more items. I'm keeping up a lot faster. So sometimes, if he gets too far ahead, then gliding is your best friend. It will help you keep right up with him and collect all the items that he drops that are nearby. I'm not sure if that was quite the score that I needed, but it does, again, take patience. You just need to keep trying, try and memorize his patterns, use Quick Run, Dodge Roll, and especially Glide to their fullest to catch as many as you can, and don't forget to equip those draws. Very helpful. And that's number 3 in a nutshell.
Oh, those are the, what they called, shadows.
Neo Shadows. What number 4 is a game of tag.
Oh. I'm glad you're doing this, not me.
Well, yeah. I wasn't very glad having to do it before, if I'm honest. And frankly, I'm glad I don't have to do it again. So, trust me, it really feels accomplishing once you get these done, but for the time being, yeah. Alright, so since this is a game of tag, it requires a bit of movement. And what's better at movement than Wisdom form?
Give me strength. Not really anything.
Yeah, pretty much. So, basically, this guy's going to try and attack you, and he'll summon all these clones to help him. And you've got to shoot him down while he's doing that. So, bang, 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 bang. This is basically all you do. These guys pop up, oops, and you just circle them. Circle around them, shoot your little shooty thing at them. Make sure you're always sticking to the side, make sure you're always rotating. I recommend not locking on. Locking on just gets you caught up, it'll spin the camera around, and look in uncomfortable places, it will lock in awkward places, and you'll just get mowed down a bit. So as you can see, I've managed to shoot down 87 of these guys, and right now, you can sort of see why. I'm up to 52 now. Doing well. But these guys do get a lot more trickier. They start to spawn like right next to you, they jump at you, they like fall all over the place, and they get everywhere. I'm trying to think of a funny comparison. What does that sound like to you?
I don't know.
Falling all over the place, getting everywhere, getting in the way, being annoying, and like celebrities. So...
Oh, my sisters.
Oh, or your sisters, yes. As you can see, you shoot these guys again and again, and their health goes up. It takes longer and harder to kill them. As you can see, I'm actually about to set a new record, which is quite good. Magic can also be quite effective, I think. I'm not sure.
Yay, you did it.
They are. Sweet. Oh, 90! New record! Nice. So yeah, I don't recommend using magic. You can use magic while moving in Wisdom form, but for some reason it's not very effective there. So yeah, let's just move on. We have, we've taken down 4 of them. Now we have, another...
8 to go.
8 to go. Thank you, Alistair.
Now that one actually wasn't too bad.
That one wasn't too bad. Mind you, you're actually a little bit off there. Technically, there's 13 of them. We've taken down 4, so it would be 9, but actually, only 12 of them actually give you a task to do, so it's not so bad. Let's see. Where's number 5? For this guy, I recommend fire. So, right now I've got Master with the Bond of Flame Keyblade, so I'm just going to switch that around. So, you're going to want the Bond of Flame Keyblade, as well as Final Form to have a Keyblade with a high magic value. And currently I've got this one, which is an awesome Keyblade by the way, but I'm going to give it the Winner's Proof actually, just for the sake of irony. The Winner's Proof is a Keyblade you actually get for doing all of these challenges, and I think it's a fairly good Keyblade, but I've never actually used it, so I can't say that. Anyway, the other thing you're also going to want to make sure you have is Fire Boost, because we're going to be using fire. We are going to make this poor Mushroom Heartless burn.
You're heartless.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Alright. Oh, this is just getting worse.
Yeah.
Video's coming worse by the minute.
Oh, cheers. Okay, so this guy, this Mushroom Heartless is quite lazy. He just lies there and goes to sleep. And what you got to do is you got to attack him, but when you attack him, he'll automatically regenerate health quite rapidly. So you got to get him stuck in a good combo chain that does a lot of damage, just a lot of strength, and typically the best thing to do is Final Form. We rely on Final Form. In Final Form, we trust.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is, make sure Fire-Iga, it's got to be Fire-Iga. Make sure it's on a shortcut. Start the game and spam it. Gone in seconds. New record.
6.
Yep. So
quick.
yeah, and that's the best way to take him out. Honestly, I think that one's really fun. It's really short and underwhelmingly short, but it's so fun. Maybe I just like making someone burn.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're not doing that joke again.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't gonna.
See, unlike me, Alistair has common sense. He should be running this channel.
There's a time and a place for bad puns, but then was not the time.
Alistair, I think you don't understand. The time and place for bad puns is all the time. Oh my gosh, if you'd see Alistair right now, he just looks utterly helpless. Okay, the last, the number 6 Mushroom Heartless can be found in this world, Olympus Coliseum. I'm not sure why I'm putting those dramatic pauses, but I'm sure it sounded good to someone. This is number 6. This one's actually very annoying. I'm trying to remember which one did you use. I believe the one to use is Final Form. You're going to want to have an Ether handy, so probably go to customization and make sure you have that on shortcut. Which hopefully you won't need to use too much, but really the key to winning this one is magic, so you've got to be ready for that.
So Wisdom Form would be...
Also, I'm not going to need Reflega, but I could always use Blizziga. Anyway, best thing to do is Final Form.
Let's go.
Again.
Not wisdom form, because that's pretty good for magic.
It is really good for magic, but I think final form just has the bigger spread. And the thing with this guy is he basically arranges clones of himself for you to shoot down as fast as you can. So when you first activate this, oops, I forgot you have to kill him. Then you'll attack him. You'll appear in just one of them. Then you'll appear in a group where you use fire to take them out. Oops, no, Blizzard is good for taking them out when they're in a line. When they're in a group like that, Thunder's your best friend. Thunder's basically good for taking out them in any situation afterwards. I tend to use Nether. Especially when they're out of reach for places like Firiga. When they're in a row, again, Blizzard's good to help. Oops. You can also attack them, if necessary. Attacking is a valid strategy. You can see how like Thunder spreads all over the place. It makes it a very useful tactic to have. You might end up using more others than you want, but it can't be helped. So as you can see, I've already passed my record, which is kind of the time you actually need to defeat these guys in. It can take a lot of patience, this one, because these guys are very tricky to pin down and nail. But at the end of the day, I can't complain too much, because he's not number 8. See how I keep using that dramatic thing, when I say something kind of dramatic, or say it in a dramatic way, and then exit a world? That's good, right?
Yes, it is, I suppose.
That's what I like to hear. Support. Alright, the next one you want to find, number 7, is in Twilight Town. Down in the underground sort of catacombs? I forget what they're called. There's something like that. It's basically the place that's right next door to the Sunset Terrace. So, if we admire the beautiful visuals of this place by flying over it and hailing over everybody the fact that we can do, we're so much more powerful than they are. Like, we are literally superhuman. We go to the tunnelway. Here we are. This is where you will find number 7.
Nothing helps more than a glitchy controller!
What have I done? What did I just do?
You press triangle.
It did?
Yes.
Flippin' head controller! Okay, that didn't work. Excuse me, I'm gonna just, slip away quietly into the night.
That'll be embarrassing.
There was a bit of a moment where I kind of lost the plot and couldn't remember what my strategy was for this, so I was looking up what it was, because there is a reference point I had for a lot of these strategies, but I kind of improvised a bit in some cases, but not in this case. So again, final form, the ultimate form for these challenges, although wisdom form should work just as well. Basically, this guy will run around trying to attack you, and you've got to beat him. So, similar setup to 5. Fire boost, the bond of flame, high magic value. It can be very helpful and life-saving for this thing because it's a similar setup. Instead of fire though, you want to cast reflect at first. So, thing starts, cast reflect twice, and then cast fire. Oh. Unfortunately, he's a bit hard to stop. Okay, that didn't work quite as well as it should have, but you get the point. A bit of reflect to bring his health down a lot, and then use fire to, evaporate the rest of it, because as you can see, he's
like fire.
He's a bit of a nutcase. Like Alistair.
You're not putting that in.
Alright, unlike the terrible person that I am, I probably will.
No, I will see to it.
Hey man, check it out. I'm better than you. Can you float? Do you have 2 bladed weapons of awesome power that could cut people in half, if not buildings, floating around behind your back that attack anything nearby you when you do anything?
I bet if you could make this...
I didn't think so!
I bet if this was an actual conversation then, he'd say, I cannot do that, but I have a tash.
Darn you, you're right. He's got way more than me. There's some moustache. Okay, for this one, you might have heard already, but your best friend for this one, we don't need you to right now, is Berserk Charge. This is an ability that increases your strength by 2 during MP charge, and it means your combos continue endlessly. You never stop comboing. And that's necessary for this guy. Now, the strategy I read had him using like normal form, but really you're gonna need master form. This is how I used it, at least. This is how I won. I recommend for all of these, experiment, try and find your own way if my way isn't working for you, but this is how I did them. Master form is what you're gonna need to do this guy, because what happens is, you press the button, he shoots up into the air, and you have to keep him in the air by hitting him repeatedly. And let me tell you something. This number 8 Mushroom Heartless, he's pure evil. He's down there because he is from the deepest pits of darkness. To get serious for a second, you need, when it comes to Keyblades, I recommend for Master Form, I equipped myself with Sleeping Lion, although it doesn't really matter, and I think for this one, I used, I think it was Star Seeker for Air Combo Plus, even though technically I'm going to be using Berserk Charge, so. Also, I recommend going to Customize, because spells have this option to basically turn off the ability to run out of magic. Because you know how if I keep using Thunder again and again, I'll run out of magic, and it'll go into MP Charge. Well, for certain spells, like any of these, I can turn off the ability to do that. So if I don't have enough magic, and if using that spell will put me into MP Charge, I can turn that off, so that won't happen. Do not do that for Thundaga. Make sure Thundaga is set to on. You do not want that red cross there, you want it on. Because otherwise, you'll be trying to cast Thundaga, and you won't be able to because you'll be running out of magic, which is what you want. You want to go into MP Charge so that you can use Berserk Charge. And I'm just going to demonstrate what I mean. You need Master Form. You got your Keyblades. The reason I go for Sleeping Lion is length. You want a Keyblade with long length to catch this guy. It might not make a difference, but it could. And I'm making sure that I don't miss the opportunity to do that. So what you want to do is, you pull him out, and you spam Thunder. Make sure that Thunder is on your shortcut menu. Just keep using it repeatedly. It'll claim the score up, knock him nice and high into the sky, and your magic runs out. Once your magic runs out, you air combo, and you relentlessly air combo. Just keep pressing X, and do not give up. And do not be disheartened when that evil Mushroom Heartless escapes from your grasp. I'm just going to do this one more time to show you how hopeless it is. Seriously, this one does take the most amount of patience, for me at least. It will require luck. You've just got to keep practicing at your strategy. Helps to be in Master Form from the get-go. Just press triangle, make sure your magic's full, zap him with tons of thunder, and that'll keep him nice and high in the air. Then you make sure you jump in with those aerial combos. Master Form is all about aerial combos, which makes him ideal for this task. But it doesn't make this any easier. And you gotta make sure you don't overdo it, as I did there, by jumping and then attacking or whatever, because if you make yourself fly around too much and flourish too much, you'll slip away from him. And this guy will slip away from you. And if he slips away from you, he will hit the ground. And it's very painful and stressful and traumatic and painful and tear-jerking and... I'm sorry guys, this isn't working. We need to go. Anyway, that's how you do it. That's how you can do it. It is a valid strategy. It just takes a lot of patience, a lot of practice, and a lot of trying really, really, really hard not to cry.
I'm guessing you've done that so many times. Weeping.
No, practicing, Alistair. Lots and lots of valuable practicing. Okay, let's just, before Alistair gives me any more funny looks, let's move on to number 9. How's life, Alistair?
Painful as always.
I've been there, bro. I've been there. Just making sure the microphone is working. Okay, so this is number 9.
Number 9.
You need to attack this guy with sort of an endless combo and keep him spinning in a circle again and again and again. And there is a good setup for this. No, honestly, number 8 was the hardest for me, Alistair. I think every other Mushroom Heartless is pathetically easy in comparison. Okay, so it'll be good to keep having Berserk Charge on, because Berserk Charge is all you really need. That and Horizontal Slash. Just to make the point home and to make things look really obvious and to treat you like an idiot, because I am an idiot. Horizontal Slash. Make sure that's there, and as you saw earlier, Berserk Charge. You're going to need that. Also, make sure you don't have like the Ultima weapon or any MP hastes equipped. So, for example, here Sora has equipped a Full Bloom Plus item. It's an item that gives him the MP haste ability, which you don't want. So I'm just going to give him Full Bloom, just so that we don't have that. Because we don't want MP Charge to fix itself before we're done. All you have to do is cast Cure. And then begin the challenge. Just attack him, and then spam Horizontal Slash. Just mash the square button, and follow him. And as you can see, I have hit the record of 99, which I think might actually be the maximum for this guy. Just keep pressing square. With Berserk Charge, you will endlessly chase him and keep him spinning, and it will never end, and it will be beautiful and lovely. And if you have whatever Keyblade you prefer equipped, you can have this glorious look of lovely colours and flashy shapes in the process, and have some wonderful fireworks afterwards. And it is a triumphant and glorious moment, Alistair.
Yeah.
What do you mean without? What do you mean what for once?
The other one you didn't beat it to the max though, that one you did.
Well, that one's... Okay.
Easiest one.
Okay, fair, yeah, okay, fair enough. That one is pathetically easy. But it doesn't matter. It's triumphant. It's glorious. Oh dear. I just remembered what's next.
Number 10.
Number 10.
To the Port Royal.
Port Royal.
Port Royal.
Yep. Let's just get this over
Looks
with.
pleasant. Skull and crossbones.
Yep. You ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Nope.
Didn't think so. They're good films. Well, the first one is. I've not actually seen the others. What do you guys think in the comments, you guys watching the video? Is Pirates of the Caribbean sequels good? Because I've only actually seen the first one. And I really like the first one. It was great. But
This is really cool actually. This looks really
authentic. That wasn't the word you were going to use?
I don't know what that means.
Oh. Legit. I just realised this is one of those special areas where your party members turn into people you can talk to no matter what.
Oh, it's Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yep, Captain Jack Sparrow.
It's breezy.
It's probably because Captain Jack is one of your party members. So take Captain Jack, let Captain Jack take you to the Isla de Muerta. Now Alistair, the next Mushroom Heartless, number 10, is kind of interesting for a certain reason. You want to guess what that reason is? Take a guess, go on.
You have to use Cure a lot.
No.
You have to use Magic a lot.
Oh, Alistair, we've been doing that for quite a few of them. Now, what's interesting about this one is, look at the information.
Give it an attack. Find an attacker real form.
Her. This is a female Mushroom Heartless? And that just interests me. Curious, we have a female Heartless? I mean, for once, they actually bothered to notify that. And it's not like they're corresponding to the organisation in Organisation 13, because Larkseen is number 11. But I guess maybe they're corresponding in the way that one of them is female. I don't know, it's weird. I just thought that was weird, because you never really think about Heartlesses even having genders, but there you go. Anyway, for this one, you are going to want to have a lot of strength. And unfortunately, Alistair, that means you have to beat Sephiroth.
It's Sephiroth. I can't deal with him. He's just too much.
Yeah, well, when you beat Sephiroth, you get this weapon, the Fenrir, provided you go and talk to Cloud afterwards and then go back to see Sephiroth. Anyway, with the Fenrir Keyblade, you get a special ability, which you'll probably be interested to see, Alistair. Instead of Combo Plus, or Aero Combo Plus, Negative Combo.
What?
Negative Combo. It makes your combo smaller.
Why on earth would you want that?
Because you skip, I mean, yeah, in some cases where for bosses, particular bosses, it's good to have a good long chain and attack an enemy relentlessly and do a lot of damage that way. But with negative combos, for certain enemies that evade your combos or don't like getting caught in combos, it can be helpful to have all of your attacks be a finishing move. You know, the special kind of epic move that does a lot of damage. Beyond that, I'm not sure what else you can do, but hope, basically, because this one does require patience and a lot of struggling. And I do not advise this to anyone in general, but it can also help if you stand up and move very close to the screen. And Alistair, you will recognise what this Mushroom Heartless does, because another Heartless did this in Kingdom Hearts 1.5.
Okay, still don't recognise it. Still don't recognise it. Oh no, not these memory people.
It's this one.
It's over. Take this.
So, as you can see, it's a memory game. One of them will jump up, and then they'll all dart around the place. You've got to keep an eye on them and try and figure out which one's which. Yeah. You got to be careful with your combo finishers, which I'll admit to, even though I'm using them, because if you're not careful, you might hit the wrong one.
What?
Although in my case, I actually got lucky a couple of times, and oops. Yeah, if you get it wrong, he'll attack you, or she will attack you. It's so interesting. So
I've got to choose the middle one.
I've kind of already messed it up. No, it's this one, Alistair. Yeah. I've kind of already messed it up because I got it wrong one time. You have to do this one in 55 seconds. And honestly, the best way to get this one right is... Oops, got that one wrong again. Is just to be good at the memory game. Because the more times you get it right in a row, the more effective your attacks are. Okay, it's either this one or the one over here. I'm gonna guess the one over here. Oh yes, I got it right. Okay, like I said, high strength will help. I'm not sure if the magnet spiral ability is helpful. You might want to disable that. It can be more helpful just to have more physical attacks, like this one, the aerial finish. At the very least, if you get the hang of it, you will eventually get to a point where you can figure out her moves and dissect what she's doing. But it does require you to pay attention and just be good at the game. The better you are at the game, the better a chance you stand. And make sure you have as much strength as possible, because the more damage you do to her and the few times you do get it right, the better. And you'll notice something very interesting and unique about this world right away.
It's black and white.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, those animations are...
Everyone's all classic looking. It's adorable, isn't it? Okay, now, as with the last one, it's quite interesting when you do things in order and everything you did before really helps leading up to the next one. But you are going to want to keep negative combo, and I struggled to do this one. This one took me ages. You'll find Mushroom Heartless number 11 right here in this area, and yeah, and you're going to want Wisdom Form to beat him. So I'm going to go into Wisdom Form right here now, just to get that out of the way. Because this one has a counter. You've got to get this counter down to 0 within a certain amount of time. That certain amount of time is like 19 seconds, specifically 19. So you'll see a little number over his head, and it's getting lower every time I hit him. It's good to be in Wisdom Form, and make sure you have negative combo down, and Finishing Plus. Finishing Plus is also very helpful, because that means you can do like 2 finishing moves in a row, which is also very helpful for number 10, I should probably mention. So look at that. All that, and 20 seconds and 33 milliseconds. You have to get this in 19 seconds, and I don't know how they did it, but Square Enix were really precise with that time, because it is the hardest to get. I'll go back and show you again how to do it, just to emphasize the difficulty of this. But
you've done it once.
Yeah, I did it once. It was lucky. It took a lot of tries. Eventually I figured out that it's helpful to have negative combos, because it applies to Wisdom Form as well. When you shoot in Wisdom Form, negative combo with negative combos and go straight to finishing moves, you shoot this massive chain of very effective little blasts. Make sure you have those negative combos equipped, and the Fenrir Keyblade if you can. It's not the best, honestly. I've never figured out what the best thing to do with this is, honestly. Sometimes I've just tried to keep my distance and shoot him from afar. Sometimes I've tried to get nice and close and circle him all the time. But at the end of the day, it's never satisfying, and I never get it right. So just keep trying, and try and figure out your own best way of doing this. But Wisdom Form and combo finishers, your best bet. It is the fastest way to nail them down. But it does take practice, and you just gotta try and not miss, because missing is what will do you in the most. But on that note, Alistair, we are almost done. We have one more to go to. Number 12. The last Mushroom Heartless that has a challenge for you to overcome is in Twilight Town, and it's just outside the mansion. So, as you can see, Statue of Liberty pose, as you adequately put it earlier. Number 12. He's sitting here in good old Twilight Town Mansion. I would probably recommend undoing that whole negative combo thing you were doing for the last one. And in fact, it might even be helpful to turn on some combos. Because you're going to want to do the same thing, Wisdom Form. But it doesn't really matter rapidly hitting them. In fact, you're only going to want to hit this guy once. Because what he does is, he warps around the place with all sorts of clones, kind of like a couple of other ones that we've seen. And what they'll do is, they'll only take one hit before they disappear. You've got to try and lock off and on, like, lock on again and again for each new one that appears, and give it a good shot. And try and shoot them down as fast and as rapidly as you can. You do have a certain amount of time to do this, so you got to make every second count. But it's very helpful to do in wisdom form because it doesn't matter how close you are to them, you'll just shoot them. And because of your ability to move at all times, you can basically get around the place with a lot of good speed and mow them down. Almost like you were playing a shooter game, but much more fun, because it's actually fun and not a heartless grind. Heartless grind.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
I need to think about how fun to reply.
I'm realising I left the fender keyblade on. Probably should have been able to do that. But nonetheless, that was a good ending. Got a lot of good stuff from it. And remember, with these guys, don't be afraid to spam the drive form, because if you've got at least one that you can do well or do right with the drive form, you'll get a drive recovery from these guys for doing it, even if you do it wrong. So it's possible to just go in and out of rooms and do them again and again with the same drive form without even having to rechange or anything. And because of that, you'll get you'll be able to just keep restoring your drive form. But be aware of the anti-form. It would be helpful to at least have final form on hand, because for ones like, say, number 8, it would be helpful to have final form ready to
just in case you turn into a weird black person.
Yeah.
And start jumping about the place.
I don't know about that, but yes, you don't want to be the anti-form is what we're getting at. It's helpful to have the final form because in Kingdom Hearts 2 there's a counter, an invisible counter that you don't see, that counts up every time you turn on the drive form. And when this counter reaches a certain point, the anti-form might appear. There's a percentage chance of it turning on or whatever. And basically, with final form, you can reset that count to 0. And that's very helpful for when you're dealing with the other Mushroom Heartless.
The one he shall not utter.
He who shall not be named or numbered. So annoying. Like, number 8, one of the coolest organization members, is the worst Mushroom Heartless. I'm so sad. I need a moment. Okay, that was a good moment. Alright, back to business. The Great Maw. As you remember, Alistair, we have gone through every single Mushroom Heartless from 1 to 12. And here, in the Great Maw, is where we would face number 13. Except we don't, because I've already done that. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, after you've fought all 12 of them, you'll appear here and number 13 will appear to you. And the best thing about good old number 13 is that there is no minigame or challenge to be taken on. In fact, it's remarkably... you don't actually do anything. It gives you a treasure. Once you've defeated every other Mushroom Heartless, it will give you a treasure chest, which will give you one of those pretty little crowns on Sora's head, which you get for doing the whole thing, and also that Keyblade which I showed you earlier, the winner's proof, which I'm just going to equip for the end of it, for the sake of it, and get that done for some funs and giggles. Oh wait, that's right. So, as you can see, the winner's proof Keyblade. Winner's Proof Keyblade has probably the highest magic value in the game. There is also an ability that comes with it. Like in Kingdom Hearts 2, every Keyblade, which I don't think happened in Kingdom Hearts 1, every Keyblade comes with an ability for, you know, extra abilities. You know what the Winner's Proof Keyblade does?
What?
No experience. Means that whenever you defeat a Heartless with this Keyblade, you don't get any experience for it.
It's a rubbish ability.
You heard it from Alistair, folks. And with that, I think we can say the end. We'll just end the video here because it's long enough as it is. But thanks for watching, and thanks for watching me with Alistair, or listening to me with Alistair. Any parting words to say to my YouTube channel, Alistair? Gripping. Alright, shall we end it there? Okay. Sorry for dragging you into this awkward fest, but we'll call it a day there, shall we? Bye bye.
Yeah.